and get his opinion.
We got GQ. What up, though?
What up, man?
What is your take on the? I don't know if you got to hear the discussion we were having with taking a certain position, that high in the draft. Like, does the position truly matter over the caliber of talent and player that you have?
I mean, I think when you're that high in the draft, you want guys that's going to help your football team get better. And depending on what position that is, depending on what scheme or system that you're trying to run, that depends on the guy that you need to take. I wouldn't necessarily say there's one position that's off limits to take that high in the draft. It just all depends on what your team needs. So if you feel like a game-changing safety will make your team better, then I don't think there's a problem with drafting a safety that high in the draft. If you feel like it's a center or left tackle or whoever it is that will make my team better, I think that's what you have to go with. I think so many times, fans at least get caught up on the sexy pick or, the quarterback or the wide receiver or somebody like that early in the draft, as opposed to whoever that team feels like player can help their team become better. And so you don't really see a lot of safeties taking that high. You don't see a lot of the O-lineman guys taking that high. But if that helps the team gets better, then I don't think there's a way.
I don't know. I just a guy like that, man. I feel like a playmaker. I guess more than anything, you know what I'm saying, is what I'm sold on. Is my take on it. What do you look for in a safety? I guess when evaluating safeties, GQ, to see if there's something special there, or is it just something you kind of have to wait on and hope for the best?
Well, I think like I said, it all depends on your system. Because you want game changers. You want guys that can change the game. And from the safety position, I was the type of guy. I wanted to change the game by getting the ball. Like, I wanted interceptions, I wanted fumbles, I wanted those different things. I really didn't care about sacks. I used to tell, we would have different DB blitzes or things called where I would possibly have to blitz. I would tell the other guy, you can go and blitz because they don't pay me to sack the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They pay the D linemen and those guys to sack the quarterback. They pay me to get the ball. So I wanted opportunities to get the ball, get interceptions, and make big plays like that. But then you have some safeties who are really good in the box, and they can tackle in there. They can cover tight ends. They can blitz the quarterback and do things like that. And if that's what your system needs, then I feel like that's what you got to go for. But I don't feel like you should take a guy that's a box safety, a blitzer, that type of guy, and expect him to be a ball hawk when he gets in the game because you want him to change the game or turn the ball over. That's not his game, But I don't think you should take a game changer that's a ball hawk and expect him to be in the box, playing like a linebacker. I think you got to understand who you're getting, know what you're getting, and know what you're expecting him to do. And as long as he come in and do that and do what you expect, and I think I think you should be happy with your pick. And, hopefully it'll work out for you. But I think a lot of it is just creating the expectations for what you expect from that player and holding them to that.
Yeah. And real quick, too, because we are having the sound delay, and I am going to let you go here soon. I'm going to get back to you after the show. But your teammate, Calvin Johnson, one of the greatest wide receivers to play the game, he broke a record here in Detroit, most receiving yards of any receiver in any single season. We're seeing Cooper Kupp, might be able to surpass that, and he's not doing the same fashion as Calvin did. Calvin had double coverage, triple coverage at times. I mean, you went against him in practice. You know how bad that man was. And Cooper Kupp also has the extra game in his back pocket. Give me your take, and I guess what do you think of that record possibly being broken this year by Cooper Kupp?
I mean, I think anytime you can just, break a record like that, it's special. I mean, regardless of how it's looked at, I know, like you said, people will look at it in the sense of, Calvin he done it this way, Cooper Kupp done it that way. It's an extra game. I think the extra game does, play a factor in it, and I'm sure, with the stats guys, they will make note that Calvin's record was done in 16 games, and Kupp's will be done in 17 games. But, anytime you can catch that many passes and get that many yards over the course of the season, that speaks to a lot of different things. You're staying healthy, you're being consistent week in and week out. And at some point, you have to assume that the defenses are trying to stop you. Although I do, when I see a lot of the Rams games, it's like Cooper Kupp is running wide open, like the other team hasn't watched film and realized that this is the guy that Matthew Stafford loves throwing the ball to. Like, you should probably cover that guy and make him throw it to, 10 or something. But I mean, to be able to do that, to go down in the record books as one of the greats and surpass Megatron in that sense, I think it'll be special for Cooper Cup but like I said, I think a lot of people look at it differently because of the magnitude of how Calvin Johnson had to do it.
You've reached the end of the video. You know what you should do? Press like. You know you like the content that we have here at Woodward Sports Network. I'm Braylon Edwards from the bottom line. Subscribe to us right now.